If you've ever worked with data, you know this feeling. Your trusted relational database, the one that's been your workhorse for years, is starting to, well, it's starting to buckle. Queries that used to be instant now feel like they take forever. Okay, let's dive into why this happens and talk about a really elegant solution.
So, what do you do when you hit that wall? In this explainer, we're going to tackle this head on using a simple question and answer format. We're going to walk through the exact questions you're probably asking yourself right now and find some clear, straightforward answers. First up, why is this even happening in the first place? You know, the root of the issue is actually super simple and it's universal. Data in pretty much every field you can think of is just exploding. It's not just you, it's a huge shift happening across the board. But this simple fact creates a massive technical headache for systems that just weren't designed for this kind of scale. And the real key is understanding the architecture. See, a traditional database runs on a single, powerful server. And you can keep upgrading it, right? Faster CPUs, more RAM, bigger hard drives. But eventually, you hit a hard physical limit. You just can't make one machine infinitely powerful. The new way of thinking, with cluster computing, doesn't even try. Instead, it just spreads the work across a whole team of machines. And this brings us to the foundational solution, cluster computing. Think of it like this. Instead of asking one super genius to solve an impossibly large puzzle all by herself, you get 100 smart people to each work on a small piece of that puzzle, all at the same time. By working together, they can crack a problem that would be completely impossible for any one person. That's the whole idea behind a cluster. That is the perfect next question. It's great that we can use a whole cluster of machines, but how do we as data professionals actually write code and run our analysis on it without it being impossibly complex? We need a tool, right? A framework that can handle all that messy, distributed stuff for us. And that tool is Apache Spark. At its heart, Spark is a system designed from the ground up for exactly this. It lets you write your analytics code and it figures out how to run it across a massive cluster. But it makes the whole experience feel simple and incredibly fast. It hides all the complexities so you can just focus on your data. So, how does Spark actually pull this off? The magic, the real secret sauce, is in one core concept. And if you understand this one thing, you basically understand Spark. It's called the Resilient Distributed Data Set, or RDD for short. Everything in Spark is built on top of this. So, what on earth is an RDD? Don't let the name intimidate you. It's simply a collection of data. Think of it like a list or a table, but with two superpowers. First, it's distributed, which just means Spark automatically chops it up into smaller pieces and spreads it across all the machines in your cluster. And second, it's immutable. That means you can't change it. You can only create new RDDs by transforming old ones. And this is the key to how Spark can do so much in parallel safely. Working with RDDs is a really simple three-step process. First, you create an RDD, usually by loading data from a source. Second, you apply transformations to it, things like filter or map. Now here's the really clever part. Spark is, well, it's lazy. It doesn't actually do anything yet, it just builds up a plan of what you want to do. Finally, you call an action, something like count. That's the trigger that tells Spark, okay, go execute the entire plan across the whole cluster and get me my result. Okay, the concept makes sense, but as someone who actually has to do the work, you've got to ask the practical questions. Is it really worth learning this? Is it actually going to be faster than what I'm doing now? Is it going to be a total nightmare to code for? And can it handle all the different kinds of jobs I need to do? And the answer to those questions really comes down to Spark's three main selling points. First, speed. It processes data in memory, which can make it way faster than older systems. Second, ease of use. It gives you these simple, clean APIs that we'll talk about in a second. And third, generality. This one is a really powerful and unique advantage. Let's zoom in on that one. This idea of generality is what truly sets Spark apart. It means Spark isn't a one-trick pony. In the past, if you wanted to do SQL queries and process streaming data and do some machine learning, you probably needed three separate, complex, distributed systems. You'd have to manage all of them, figure out how to move data between them, and learn three different ways of doing things. Spark's whole philosophy is to unify all of that. This unified stack gives you components for almost any data task you can imagine, all running on the exact same engine. You can run SQL queries with Spark SQL, you can process live data with Spark Streaming, you can build predictive models with the MLlib machine learning library, and you can even do complex graph analysis with GraphX. The crucial thing is you can combine all of these in a single application, which used to be incredibly difficult.
So let's say you're on board, you're interested. What's the barrier to entry? Do you have to go learn some obscure new programming language just to get started? Well, this is where that ease of use promise really shines. The answer is you probably already have the skills you need. Seriously, Spark provides amazing, accessible APIs for the languages that data professionals already use every day. If you know Python, you can use PySpark. If you're a Java or Scala developer, there are native APIs ready for you too. There's no huge new language to learn. You can leverage the expertise you already have to start working with data at a massive scale. At the end of the day, Spark's whole goal is to make big data analytics accessible. You can write these incredibly complex parallel jobs with just a few lines of code using a language you're already totally comfortable with. It's all about empowering you to work with massive data sets without having to become a distributed systems expert. So let's just quickly recap the journey we've been on. We started with that classic problem, the single database just hitting a wall. We saw how cluster computing gives us a path forward and how Apache Spark provides this powerful, fast, and user-friendly framework to actually harness that power. And that brings us to the final thought. The true power of Spark's unified engine isn't just about replacing old tools, it's about creating totally new possibilities. So I'll just leave you with this question. What kind of amazing applications could you build if you could seamlessly mix real-time data analysis, complex machine learning, and standard SQL, all within one system? Hey, if you found this breakdown helpful, do me a favor and share it with your colleagues who might be facing these same data challenges. And of course, make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into the technologies that are shaping our world. Thanks for tuning in.